Hey, welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. About to do a maintenance wash. It's a winter maintenance wash, so just a little bit of tweaking with the technique, a little bit more work. This is the second year going into the coating on this car. It is protected, so this is a maintenance wash and treatment for a vehicle that has been previously protected. And I'll show you what I do here at our shop. Let's get started. It is winter. We have salt. We have, oh, I have no idea what that is, but lots of stuff flying up onto the vehicle here, especially salt and brine and grittiness and cinders and dirt. And we want to clean this up and top it. Now the first step is not, and I repeat, not going to be to get this wet and rinse it. You know, the first thought would be to grab a pressure washer and blow all of the grittiness off of there. We do not want to do that. This has a ton of salt and brine, especially on the side here, and then underneath. And we do not want to introduce water, because water and oxygen meeting metal equals what? Yes, rust, if there's any exposed parts. So any chip in the paint, this thing is not covered with PPF, so there could be a chip. I'm not sure. I'll check it and inspect it before it goes. But we want to leave it as is, and we want to come over here and mix up a batch of our neutralizer. This turns it into a soluble state that can be rinsed. This is the Eastwood Road Salt Neutralizer. It's a concentrate. This 1 gallon can make 21 gallons, so there's your ratio. We have it mixed up in a spray bottle. There are many versions of this. They all work one way or another. I just tend to favor Eastwood. I'll try to put a link down below for everything that I used today, but we're going to mix up a batch, and we're going to spray this everywhere that we can absolutely reach. I'm going to spray the whole thing down from top to bottom. By the time I'm done spraying this down, it will have dwelled on the surface for at least 3 to 5 minutes. That's long enough. And that's long enough for the solution to turn this garbage, salt and brine, into a soluble, rinsable, sloppy mess that we can remove with the pressure washer. Then we can fire up the pressure washer. We really want to get the wheel wells, any suspension parts that we can reach reasonably. Open the door so we can drop down this automatic step. We'll get that really good. Get my Huskies out so I can get down. Spray up from underneath. Get the lower rocker panels where the sheet metal comes together. Bottom of the step. And as far as I can reach from front to back. Wheels, tires. You get the point. So I'm going to go around and I'll hit every possible square inch that I can. By the time I'm done, it's already time to grab the pressure washer and rinse this down thoroughly. Just completed my trip around the truck. Now it's time to grab the pressure washer. I have the 25-degree nozzle on it, and it's time to rinse from top to bottom. I'm taking my time and thoroughly rinsing the wheel wells and any suspension parts that I can reach. The wheels, calipers. Still beating very, very well. It's only its second year in. Truck is thoroughly rinsed. The road salt, the brine, all neutralized. It's now time to continue. And at this point, I personally like to take care of my wheels and wheel wells and get them out of the way. So let me take care of that. Wheels are now clean. And by the way, the wheels are coated along with the rest of the truck. So when I clean coated wheels, I just use the same pH neutral shampoo that I use for the paint and the rest of the vehicle. And that keeps it from breaking the coating down prematurely. And these still look great now that they're clean. Coating's still doing its job. Now, we're going to move on to the next portion, and that's where we use the foam cannon. Use the snow foam, Apex Auto Wash pH neutral shampoo, great for vehicles that are coated or have a sealant or have wax. And that's going to be our next step. 1 ounce per gallon dilution ratio. Let's get to it. Foam the whole truck, only use less than half of the canister. I'll let this dwell. I'm inside. I'm not out in a breeze or under the sun. I can let this dwell for a good 5 minutes, maybe even longer sometimes. While it's dwelling on there, I could use a soft detailing brush that I know is safe for body paint, body work, and get in around the tight corners. This is what it looks like after 4 to 5 minutes. Time to rinse thoroughly from top to bottom. Already looking so much better. It's now time for the contact wash. So I'm going to respray it. We have a lot left over. I'm going to hit it with foam again. We have our bucket mixed up with the dilution ratios for Apex Auto Wash. We have our mitts. I use the multiple mitt method, 5 mitts. One for the top, one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side, one for the front, one for the back. Use it, set it to the side, clean them later. That way we're never introducing dirt back into the wash bucket. I also have my synthetic clay mitt in here. If and when it's needed, I will clay a coated car. Only if, when, and where it's needed. So if I only feel that there's bonded contaminants from this line down, which is normal for a truck like this, that's where I'll use my synthetic clay with clay lube. If I don't feel anything, if I don't feel contaminants, I'm not going to needlessly clay bar a corrected and coated vehicle. Squeaky clean once again, looks incredible, still reacts really well, but before I send it out the door, I'm going to top it. And you notice it's still wet. I didn't dry it. That's because we're going to use the Kolchemi S003 hydrofoam sealant. There's videos out there with dilution ratios all over the place. You guys do what you want to do. Experiment, have fun. That's the name of the game. I use my preferred ratio. I'm ready to go. While it's still wet, I'm going to hit the entire vehicle, rinse thoroughly, and then dry with the drying towel. Normally, forced air would be the best way to go with a coated vehicle. Should be able to dry it quickly with forced air. Leaf blower, shop blower, air compressor, anything. But with this, I find it's best to dry it with a drying towel. Let's get to this last step. Finish it up. We now have the entire vehicle, wherever I could reach, even the wheels, wheel wells, undercarriage, tonneau cover in the back there, glass, plastic trim. We hit that with the Kolchemi S003 and looked great. These areas down here that like to turn flat, especially after the winter months. Doing well. All right, so at this point, I like to dry with a drying towel. If you're doing this at home, it's a different story. If you're doing this in a shop, fast-paced setting, you need to move things along and cut down on overhead, speed things up to be efficient. So when it comes to the wheels, those I will air dry. And because of the track grade coating we use for wheels, still holding up well, easy to dry with forced air. Looks incredible. Ready to go for another year until its next maintenance visit, so we can check up on it, maintain the coating, and make sure that it lasts through its warranty period here at the shop. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. When it comes to maintenance, we have customers that we've coated their cars and they leave, and we don't see them again until they normally trade their cars back in a year or two. Or they come back in when they see that their coating is going flat from contaminants, traffic film. We also have customers on the other end of the spectrum that come in for multiple maintenance visits per year. I recommend the latter. At least one per quarter, and that's coming in for a proper wash, decontamination, and a topper. At the very least, once a year is another popular range that our customers like to stop in swing in for a maintenance visit. So if you have any questions on the process, that's what we do, down in the comments section. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning, and I'll catch you in the next video.